So this video, I'm gonna go over basically what is currently in my camera bag. This is kind of like my everyday carry camera bag. And I thought it was a good time to do it since it's the beginning of the year for one, and I've recently added a couple of new pieces of gear. So I'm gonna start off with a couple of things that are actually just out on the table here now, what I'm shooting with. So first of all, over here, this is my current go-to laptop. This is the, was it late 2017? I'm not sure. MacBook Pro 13-inch. Does the job for me. If this was like my one only computer, then yeah, I would want more than this, but it definitely does the job for what I need it for a little bit of photo and video editing here and there. The second piece that I've got here on the table with me is my mic. So this is the Rode VideoMic Pro, just the original one, not the Pro Plus. This mic's great. Gets a pretty great sound quality, so can't complain there. Underneath it, what I've got, using it as a stand, and actually I use this when gaming as well, set it up with this. This is actually a GoPro suction mount, and I've got it connected to a 1/4-inch adapter for my, which is threaded up into a 3/8 adapter, so it's a whole mess, but it works really well. It's got a lot of good angles and stuff like that, so it works actually really well to mount this microphone on. So that's what I've got done here. So this is the GoPro suction cup mount. One last thing that I have on the table here directly is my phone right now. So phone is not changed. That is still the iPhone 10, 64 gig. I had intended to upgrade to the 12 Pro that was announced a couple months ago, and I still do intend to upgrade to the 12 Pro. I was thinking that I might hold off after my pre-order was delayed, since this was still operating very, very well. But because of one other new thing, I've noticed the battery draining a bit quicker than I'd like, so I think I am going to upgrade that pretty soon. So last thing that I've got out here right now that I want to talk about before we jump into the bag itself is the camera that you're currently this is currently being shot on. So this is the EOS R, yes, the EOS R from a couple of years ago. Just picked this up this fall after I broke my T6i. So I've got the EOS R. It's on a battery grip. That's actually the Canon battery grip because it came with the camera. It was tossed in with it as a good deal. And shooting on it right now is an adapted EFS lens, a 10 to 22 millimeter lens. I didn't realize it until shortly after getting the camera and the adapter that when you adapt an EFS lens on, so the Canon crop sensor lens, it actually crops in your photos quite a lot, down to like 11.6 megapixels or something from the normal 30 megapixel sensor. I knew it cropped, but I didn't realize it was that much. So because of that, a good wide angle lens is on the list. A 15 to 35 RF is on the list before too long, I would say. But this 10 to 22 is a fantastic lens for what it is. So really gets the job done. It's really sharp. And then holding it up right now is the Manfrotto Pixie Mini Plus or something like that. It's the one that extends. So it's the Pixie Mini with the extendable legs on it. And this has been the only tripod that I've had in my bag now for 6 months or something since I got it. I haven't really bothered to carry a full regular tripod like I normally would. I'll use them, of course, every now and then for stuff, but most of the time this is all I really carry, and right now I'm away from home, so that's what I've got right now. I didn't bother to bring another tripod, so that really covers everything that's not in my bag right now. So let's jump into the bag. So we'll start off with the bag itself. So this is the Peak Design Everyday 20-liter backpack. It's the first version. And this backpack I've had for going for 2 years now, and it is still fantastic shape. I use it all the time. This is like my only backpack that I use now. So it is fantastic. So to get inside the backpack. So the great thing about this is it's got a lot of access. That's one thing I really like, because it's got access on either side as well as at the top. So it's really handy. So let's jump first into this side here. So in this side of the backpack, we've got my other camera. So this is, if I can get it out, This is the Canon 6D Mark II, also with a battery grip. This one is an off-brand though. It's not an actual Canon battery grip. I wouldn't actually pay for a Canon battery grip. It's just handy that it came with the R for free, because they're way overpriced. Attached to it right now, and what is on it most of the time, is a 70-200 f2.8. This is the V2, second generation, whatever, image stabilized. So that is what's on there most of the time. There is a UV filter at the front just for extra protection. I find it doesn't really take much away from the photo, and I actually do shoot a lot of like paintball and stuff like that, so definitely want to take it easy on the lens when you're doing stuff like that. So that is that camera, and that's really all that's in this side. There's a lens cap that seems to have fallen off a lens up here, so stick that back up there. That's really all that's in this side. That said though, there is a side pocket. I don't keep a ton in these side pockets. I'll mostly put things like different power cords and stuff like that, so if I want to put in a phone charger or anything like that, I'll keep it in here. So like that right now, see there's a power brick in there, just the classic Apple power brick. What else is in here? I've also got just GoPro battery. I think that is it, yeah. And that's all for this side. Like I said, sometimes I'll put in some power adapters, things like that in there, beyond just that one. Going to the other side now, let's pop this open. So in this side, this is normally where I would keep, there's some stuff after falling down there now, but this is normally where I would keep the EOS R with the 10-22 attached most of the time. And then right below it is where I would keep this mic, the Rode VideoMic Pro. In there right now is the dead cat for the mic. In the side pocket on this side, we've got a little bit more stuff. So a microfiber, because I always got to have microfibers on you. And then down here in the lower part, I'll usually keep a couple 9-volt batteries for the VideoMic Pro. Real handy, since this one doesn't turn off automatically. And then the last thing there is this just a cheap flashlight. Good to have for multiple reasons. Oh, this battery didn't. Oh, there it is. Flashlight there. It's good for a couple different things, but main thing that reason I've got it is because it came from when I went to Sony Camera Camp, the one put on by Justine, her sister Jenna, and we did a long exposure course there, which we used some of those little flashlights for. So that's where that came from. So let's move up to the top here now. So just slide this over a little bit, pop this open. So top is a bit more of a mess, and this is where I keep a lot of random things. Right now there's a ton of random stuff. So to start at the top here, first thing I've got there is a USB adapter for a mic or headphones. This is not in there most of the time, but whenever I'm traveling like I am right now, I'm away from home, I'll often put it in just so I can connect the two separate. I can connect the mic and headphones separately to my laptop, so that does come in handy at times. Next thing here, this cord that's hanging out. This is a 4 terabyte Seagate drive. It's just a fairly cheap drive, 4 terabyte drive, just for holding a lot of random footage like this. But it hasn't failed me so far. Knock on wood. I keep that around, that's what I use. As I mentioned, there's a lens cap that came off. This is one last lens that I carry with me all the time. This is just the EF 50 50mm 1.8 Nifty 50, just a very basic lens. And it's actually the older version too, with the all plastic construction. So it is, it's fairly cheap. It's not the sharpest, but the one thing about being all plastic, it's very light, and these are very cheap as well. So they're great to have in your kit. Some of the nicest like portraits and stuff I've ever shot have come with this, not with my 70-200. That is also a fantastic portrait lens. A lot of them come with this here, so great lens. Definitely recommend it if you don't already have one in your bag. What else is in here? So I've got 2 of these Canon battery chargers for the LP E6N length battery, because it's the same battery that is used for the 6D Mark II as well as the EOS R. So I just have the 2 chargers there, just so if I needed to, I could charge them both in a pinch. Also in here, I've got a GoPro. So the GoPro currently is the Hero 7 Black. So technically I'm 2 generations behind, but I don't actually use it nearly as much as I once used GoPros. A few times a year, but I definitely still love to have one around all the time. Of course, I just keep it in the housing right now so that it's always ready to go. Moving on from there, I've got, as I mentioned, there was a GoPro battery in one of these pockets. I've also got a GoPro battery charger that charges 3 batteries, and there's 3 batteries in there. So I've got lots of extra battery power for the GoPros and charger to go with it. Of course, to charge that charger, cable USB to USB-C. So that nearly does the main part of the bag. The one last thing, so there is a pocket, which is real handy, right up here in the Peak Design Everyday Carry 20 liter. So in there, I keep this Gobe variable ND filter. So I always keep this in here with the microfiber so that I always have a VND ready to go whenever needed. So it's a pretty cheap ND filter. It's really nothing special, and it's not really that nice, but it definitely gets the job done because it's not all that often that I really find I need one. I don't shoot a whole lot of video outside, so I might pop that on every now and then for that, or I'll just get away with cranking the shutter because, you know, and that is the main inside portion of the bag. All right, so I've zipped up the side pockets there now so I can get up into the top. So before I do, on the strap left-hand side, I have a Peak Design capture clip, which is real handy to be able to clip on one of my cameras. Just got this handkerchief tied on there, also came from Camera Camp, so it's a nice little thing. If we go inside here now, in this pocket, so obviously 2020, or now it's 2021, a couple of masks. These are from Adidas, always good to have, you need those. The Peak Design capture clip, basically the other part, the plate that goes on your camera. And it's a nice little bag. One thing you need to have with any newer MacBook is a dongle. So this one here is handy. It goes into both USB-C ports on the side, and then gives me SD, micro SD, 2 USB-Cs, 2 USB-As, and an HDMI, which comes in handy when you're away from home like this and you plug into the TV. Also in here, AirPods. Again, really good for travel, especially if I'm actually traveling on planes, which I don't do much of right now. Mostly just driving to other places in the province. Pocket knife, usually keep some sort of pocket knife, usually this one. No idea what it is, it's Gerber. Gets the job done just for a second last thing, the hand sanitizer. Because again, 2020. Last but certainly not least, some business cards. If you're gonna be doing photography or videography at all, it's always a good idea just to have business cards on you. They don't need to be anything special. Mine doesn't even have a phone number on it. I decided I didn't want to put that on there. So it's just email. So it's just email and website, so it's an easy way to get in contact with you. If somebody wanted to, if you run into somebody out in public. So that's it. So that is my everyday carry in my camera bag. So that's again just the Peak Design 20 liter. And that's everything that's in that bag. So now you might think that we're done here, but we're not quite. We still have one other piece, and it's actually technically a different bag. I've had it kind of attached onto the main backpack though, so anyway. So that is this here. So this is the DJI Mini 2 drone. So this is the carrying case that comes with the Fly More combo, because of course you get the Fly More combo, because why would you not? The extra batteries alone are worth it. So let's pop this open, take a look and see what we have inside. So first thing, of course, is the drone itself. It's tiny, it's really nice and small. It'd be very easy to fit this into my main camera bag should I need to take that with me without having to lug around the extra bag. Could definitely fit that and the controller in. The controller is actually bigger than the drone. This is the controller. I might do a video actually on the drone since I've had it. Once I've had it for a while now and get using it a bit. So this is a controller, pops up like that, fit your phone in. Real nice. Does a good job. Nice and compact. Also in here, so I've got charger, so 18-watt brick and USB-C cable. But below that is the battery charger. So the Fly More combo comes with 3 batteries instead of just 1. And they come in this neat charger as well, which So this is really nice to have, and you can also use this as a battery bank as well, say to charge your phone. So that is really handy. That's really it in here. In this top pocket up here, I do have a couple more cables, because of course it comes with one for each different type of phone. So I've got the lightning adapter, one in there, it comes with USB-C and a micro USB. And then I've also just got all the extra propellers and such, and screws and all that come with the Flying More combo. And that is everything in there. So now we've actually gone through everything that is in my bag, or bags technically. I'm pretty happy with my kit. This is what I'm going into 2021 with. I don't foresee any changes in the near future, because I'm pretty happy with what I have and I don't really need anything else. So yeah, this is it. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.